What is up, guys? We are back at the Walmart on the west side of town. We're trying to hunt down the new Bloody Disgusting section that are setting up at Walmart's, and the new ghost face Neca with the scary movie face plate is also hitting too, so fingers crossed we could find that to add it to the collection. Alright guys, it looks like they do have the new Bloody Disgusting horror section, so they have a whole bunch of awesome stuff. There's the new Chucky blind boxes, it looks like they got the Day of the Dead figures, the new Pennywise, and that puzzle. We're probably gonna have to get that puzzle. That's freaking awesome. Dang, and we hunted that Pennywise for so long, and I broke down and ordered one from Entertainment Earth. But awesome, they do have that here. They have a new art bag. It's not a lounge fly, but it is a cool little like mini backpack. Very cool. And the 3D figure lamp. Dang, the lamp's $35. It's more than I was expecting. You know, there's also a Jason mask for $35 and a Jason shirt, looks like for $10. But not bad. A whole bunch of other stuff. There's also a Ghostface jersey, it looks like. Little Ghostface. What is this? It says, I don't know, it looks like a coin purse. And then a Frankenstein, little posable, bendable figure. And then a Frankenstein Care Bear. It's like the Universal Monsters ones. You know, there's some Mortal Kombat stuff, but this is what we were really looking for. I don't see the Ghostface Neca, but it's awesome that they do have the puzzle, because we were actually waiting for that bad boy, because we want to get that. You know, so we're probably gonna get the puzzle. Ooh, and part of me wants to get another Neca. I don't know. I don't know if they have them yet, or if they did get them, but it looks like they do have a thing set up. Look, they still have one of the ultimate blood Pennywise, but look right here, this is where the Art the Clown doll is, and that one says Santa. That's where the Santa Art Ultimate was, and this is where the Ghostface Ultimate either was or is going. So I don't know if they got them yet, but that's freaking awesome, because there is a thing for it, so we'll have to keep our eye out. Alright guys, we did grab a couple of goodies from inside there, but we're also running to another Walmart because we did see that one of them has the Ghostface in stock, so hopefully we find it there. We'll show you what we picked up here in a little bit. Okay guys, we ran to the other side of town over here on Wyoming and Manal, so hopefully we can find that Ghostface. Alright, over here at the one in Wyoming and Manal, they do have the setup. A lot less stuff than the one on Coors down there, but they do have everything. I'm not seeing the ultimate Ghostface though that we're looking for, so we'll keep looking. Alright guys, so we didn't find the Ghostface in store at Wyoming and Manal, but let me show you what we found at the Coors and Cottonwood store. Alright, so we did end up grabbing an extra Pennywise for the collection. That way we can keep this one sealed, since the first one we got we unboxed and they only had one from Entertainment Earth. So at least we did find, and it's funny because we were hunting this down for so long. I guess if we would just had a little bit more patience, we would have just been able to find it at Walmart, you know, but it still worked out. And we did end up getting the Art the Clown puzzle. It's a 500 piece puzzle. Look with all like the black and stuff. It looks like with the background it's going to be a pretty hard puzzle. You know, once we get to Art himself, it doesn't look like it'll be that difficult, but it'll be a pretty fun puzzle to put together. We still need to finish our Disney villains. We're probably like a quarter of the way through. It's like a 2,000 piece puzzle. So as soon as we finish that one, we'll do this one and we'll show you guys as soon as it's done. But that's cool. But the hunt for the Ghostface continues, guys. What is going on, my friends? We are at the Walmart up here on Eubank and like the freeway. It was showing that the ultimate Ghostface was in stock here, so fingers crossed we could find it so we can stop hunting it and add it to the collection. That would be awesome. Neca's been dropping a lot of heat recently. It looks like their horror section is the same, but let's go check out their collectibles. Collectible wise, I am not seeing anything new. It looks like some of like the newer horror stuff was put out over here. And it looks like here's where the ultimate Pennywise is and the Art the Clown puzzle. So they had to have put some of the stuff out, but I'm not seeing a spot for the Ghostface. That looks like a spot for the lamp and the backpack. But no ultimate Ghostface, I might ask. Oh, I lied. Look, I found it. It's down here in the case, and they have two of them. Perfect. I'm going to get them. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this Walmart run was a success. We were able to find our Ghostface Returns NECA figure, and they did have two. Perfect, guys. So let's go home, check them out even better, and unbox them. Alright guys, I can't believe it. That was really fast considering that the Art the Clown, the Santa art, just started to hit Walmarts. But we got the Ghostface Returns Ultimate action figure too from NECA, guys. And I thought it was going to be a lot harder to find, just like how the Art the Clown took a little bit. But you know what? We lucked out, and with only a couple searches, we were able to find it. And this one is so sweet. I'm not like the biggest Ghostface fan, but for that scary movie face, oh my goodness, I had to get it. And you know what? Ghostface does deserve a spot in the horror collection. You know, he is a horror icon. Look how awesome that figure is. Oh my goodness, but that scary movie mask, oh, definitely most likely how we're going to display him. Alright guys, well let's take a look at this box. Let's get it to focus up. See, we got regular Ghostface, then we have the green mask from, what would that be, Stab? And then we have the Scary Movie Ghostface underneath that on the front of the box. Regular Ghostface on the side. All the different ways you can display them. I like that bloody one with the axe. Very cool. Then there's the shiny mask as well. We're definitely going to display them like that with the phone hands and also the Scary Movie mask. And then there's the stab green mask, I'm guessing. Very, very cool. Alright, so let's see everything that this comes with. It should say down here on the bottom. Look, it says for decoration purpose only. Okay, that's funny. That wasn't necessary. It says includes 1 action figure. It says 2 knives, 1 axe, 1 bone saw, 1 voice changer, 1 interchangeable head, 3 interchangeable masks, and 6 interchangeable hands. So a whole bunch of hands to hold all the different accessories, guys. Very awesome. Let's open this bad boy up again. Take a look at this inner. Very cool. Got the regular ghost face. I don't know why he has that. He should have the voice changer in his hand rather than making the phone hands. I think he should have the voice changer in his hand in that picture. If we got the regular ghost face, then we got that bedazzled ghost face mask. We got the Scary Movie one with the tongue out. Regular ghost face, which is still really cool. And then this bloody one, which is freaking awesome too. We got this green one, which I'm guessing is the stab one. Then we got a whole bunch of different hands over here. The 6 interchangeable hands. We got the axe. It looks like we have, what else is there? There's the bloody knife, the voice changer, the bone saw, and then another knife. This one looks bloody and this one looks regular. Very, very cool. But let's cut this bad boy out of the packaging so that way we can get a closer look and take a look at that backdrop too. Alright, taking a look at the insert. Kind of looks like the inside of a house or the inside of a bedroom. Got a TV, got a painting. A plant, nice house plant, and a door. So it's like an inside of a house if you want to set them up, I guess, inside of a house. That's still pretty cool. Alright, we got this bad boy out of the box, and it is freaking awesome how it has like the cloth. There's cloth coming out of the back, and how it has like the fabric. Compared to, you know how most NECA figures are just like the plastic, you know. So this one's cool how it has like the cloth, kind of like how they have the other ones with the cloth clothing, like the Halloween 2 ones. But very, very cool. There is that Scary Movie mask. That one is my favorite. There's this like bedazzled, blinged out one. Of course, we got the regular ghost face. Very awesome. Then this bloody one. This one is freaking awesome. I really, really like that one. Then we have this green stab one. Very nice. Then the whole bunch of hands. Of course, we got like the phone hands and things to hold the weapons and probably the voice changer and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Then we got 2 different knives. There's the bloody one. That'd probably be the cool way to display them. Or with the axe. Very cool. Then we got a bone saw. They usually have that one displayed with this mask, I'm guessing. And then we have the voice changer, which is classic. Very, very cool. There's so many different ways to display them. I'm going to have to most likely go with the Scary Movie one. But even just seeing the regular, the classic Ghostface is still awesome as a figure. So let's take this bad boy out. Alright, we got them all unboxed. And this figure actually stands a lot easier than some of the other ones. Look at his funny little shoes. Let's see. Let me get you some better detail on these. Look at the actual detail on these shoes. Has the little like clasp on them and everything. But this is so cool. It's like the cloth robe. Very, very nice. Let's see if I can get him to stand. He still does stand a little bit easier. Alright, and taking a look at everything that it comes with. This is the one that is said, let's see if I can get it to clear up. This is the one that is said was an extra head. See, this one has the actual spot for the head. These ones are just face plates. How it says there's the 3 interchangeable face plates. So of course we got the Scary Movie one, we got the stab one, and we got the bedazzle one. Those ones are just face plates to switch out. There we got the different hands. These ones are like fully closed. These ones we have the phone hands, and these ones are like semi-closed. I guess just to grip the different things, and I guess these ones are just funny, of course, to do probably the Scary Movie one. I don't know. I probably still want to display them with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. Then of course we have the axe over here. We have the bone saw. We have, oh, sorry about that. And then we have the voice changer and the 2 knives. I like how the classic knife is just perfect and shiny. And that one is bloody, of course, along with, of course, the Ghostface figure. So now we're going to have to set them up with different ways and see some cool ways to display them. I have a feeling I'm displaying them with the Scary Movie faceplate on. Let's see some cool ways to display them. Let's see with the knife and the voice changer first, and then we'll start changing some of the heads on him. Alright, first way we set him up, of course, is the classic way. Got him with his classic knife and we got the voice changer in his hand. What do you guys think about that? Of course, if there's any other way to display him, you gotta display him as classic Ghostface. You know, love the Scary Movie version, but you know what? Gots to see what he looks like with the classic knife, voice changer in his hand. What do you guys think about that one? So cool. There's so many different ways to set him up and to display him. I love the cloth robe. So freaking awesome. Well, let me know what you guys think. Now let's try a different way. Okay, now we got him with like the green stab mask. Let me get it to focus on his face. The green stab mask, and we put the bloody knife in his hand facing the other way. That way it's like he's not looking like he's about to stab somebody. You know, I guess we'll save this one to put with the bloody one. Kind of like how it is on the box. Oh, get it to focus. It's still very cool. I dig the stab face. Not my favorite, but still cool that they threw it into the box, you know what I mean? Because it's like a movie within a movie. So it's still really cool that we have the stab mask, you know? So that's really cool. Alright guys, up next we got him with like that glittery, kind of bedazzled mask with the bone saw. Still very cool. Not a big fan of the mask. I don't know why, I just don't like that glittery mask. Speaking of which, when you like put it on, a little bit of like the glitter wants to come off. I guess that's how it is with like anything with glitter on it, right? The glitter kind of sticks to your hands and stuff. So be careful with that one. You don't want to get a whole bunch of glitter all over his robe or anything like that, or touch it too much and then all the glitter comes off. But still, it's pretty cool that they added it in there as a faceplate too. You know, what would you guys have preferred? You know, what other Ghostface faceplate do you think they would have been better, or face would have been better than this one? But they just did the Inferno one too with a whole bunch of different masks too, so I guess it's getting hard to choose from which ones. I love the Scary Movie ones. I hope they do another one with just a whole bunch of Scary Movie faces. That would be freaking awesome. I wouldn't object to that, you know, but this one is still pretty cool. Like I said, not a big fan of like the glitter, but still, he has a cool look to it, you know. Love the bone saw. Mask could have been better, but still, I still dig it. Alright, next up we changed like to the bloody face. Well, now it's not a faceplate, it's a whole different head, which is like the one thing I have to say is a little weird, because it has like the plastic from the other head, and then it has the, what would this be, like the cloth robe going over it. That's one criticism I can say, but you know, it's I don't know, I guess it's a little bit different from this one, because this one just goes over, so it doesn't have like the extra plastic like draping out of the front, so it doesn't look as weird. But I don't know, it still looks pretty cool. But you can kind of tell the difference of the cloth from the plastic, but still very cool. It looks like there's a blood splat on the bottom left too. I like how the axe fits into his hands, holds it perfectly. Doesn't like slip out at all the way that these hands, let's see if I can get it to focus, the way that it grips onto it perfectly. Oh, very, very nice. I still don't know which way we're going to display him, you know, but I do dig this bloody mask with the fire axe. Still pretty cool, guys. But what do you guys think about it? After pulling it off and looking at it, this one was a faceplate too. I didn't notice that this one was just a faceplate, and it was just an interchangeable head. This one has like the plastic draping out from the hood, and this one doesn't. So that was really the difference. They all are faceplates, but it does have an interchangeable head with this one draping out. So I guess this one is better. I wasn't a fan of like the plastic draping out there. I don't know. Why does it look like wet? I thought it was like bloody to go with that one. I don't know. It kind of looked like it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so they are all faceplates, and these two are interchangeable heads. I didn't notice that till right now when I was taking this one off, and I was like, oh snap, it is a faceplate. I thought I was about to pull the face off and separate them, but no, they're supposed to, because it is just a faceplate. So, okay, that makes sense. And last but not least, we have my favorite way to display him, and that is with the Scary Movie face. I did end up throwing that hand on him to see what it looks like, and it actually looks pretty good. It actually looks pretty funny. Now, with seeing all the different ways to display him, I don't know which one to display him. You know, I kind of want to display him with the regular Ghostface because it's the only Ghostface figure I have. But then again, I got it for the Scary Movie face, so I might just display him like that, guys. What do you think? I kind of made his head crooked. Kind of looks a little bit better crooked than straight. Doing the phone hands. I just left the other hand regular. You know, I guess I could even put the knife in his hand too. You know, put the knife in one hand and then just put the phone hand with the other. you know. But so freaking awesome. This is my favorite faceplate. Let me get it to focus. That's my favorite faceplate that came with it, guys. That's the whole reason I got this one. Is for the Scary Movie one. Speaking of which, you guys know that the new Scary Movie is about to come out pretty soon. I can't freaking wait. I still remember I saw the very first Scary Movie in theaters. Very, very lucky, guys. So I can't wait to see this one. The first two are my favorite. So I have a feeling this one's going to be just like the first two, vibe-wise. So I'm going to love it. The other ones are they're okay too. You know, they just kind of like progressively got a little, I don't know, they just changed. You know, the first two were kind of hood. You know, that's why I'm more fond of those two. You know, so I have a feeling that with the Wayans Bros back, oh, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the new Scary Movie. So freaking dope. Love that we got this figure. I love all the different stuff it came with, all the different accessories, all the different heads, the stab head, of course the regular ghost face. Freaking sweet, guys. So many different ways to display them. Yeah, it's going to be hard to choose whether it's the regular ghost face or this Scary Movie one. I do not know, guys, but it's probably going to be the Scary Movie one. I'm going to have to get another one of the older Ghostface or another Ghostface figure just so I can display it just as Ghostface, you know, because with this one, with this cool faceplate, I guess it is easy to just swap them out. But so freaking awesome. I really love it, guys. But let me know if you guys are planning on picking this one up too and adding it to your collection. It's worth it. I'm glad we came across it really fast. It wasn't a super long hunt. We didn't have to go to a store every single day for a whole week, just like other hunts, you know. And there's most of the time I don't even show all of the times I go into stores, because if it's the same thing I've already recorded, I want you guys seeing it over and over again, you know. So there's times we go in, oh my goodness, 2 times a day, a whole week, or two weeks, oh my goodness. So thank goodness this one we found after like 2 stops to the store, on the 3rd run to the store, and we're able to track the UPC really good. And this was probably the easiest one to track the UPC, so if you guys save that bad boy, it is so much easier to find this one with the UPC than others, you know. This one was a breeze, guys. I know there is some more Jason figures coming out too, but I can't think of any other horror stuff that we're going to be hunting until probably the Terrifier ones drop again. But this one was fire, guys. Let me know what you think about it. What do you guys think about the Scary Movie faceplate? I have to say it's my favorite out of all of them. Not a big fan of this glittery one right here, but all the other ones, super dope. Really cool. It came with the extra head. I didn't really like the plastic draping compared to this one. It doesn't have the plastic draping. I'm more fond of that one. I don't know. I just didn't really like the droopage, the draping plastic from the robe compared to this one. But so freaking awesome, guys. I'm glad we have it in the collection. Oh my goodness, we're running out of space. I don't know where I'm going to put anymore. Like I said, I still have the Nightmare on Elm Street one, the brand new 30th anniversary one that I haven't even unboxed yet, you know, because we've had so much fire lately, you know. So that's another unboxing we're going to be doing pretty soon, and finding some kind of space for it with the collection, because we still have so many more. But oh my goodness, guys, we're running out of space. We're running out of space. So many fire Necas. Like, I even have to move Mikey up there just for the time being. But I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to get another shelf, or we're going to have to figure something out, guys, because so much fire lately, and oh my goodness, I want to keep adding them to the collection. Alright, guys, but I really appreciate you hanging out with me for this NECA hunt / unboxing. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this figure. What do you guys think about all the faceplates? Which one is your favorite, and how would you guys personally display them? You know, really, really cool, guys. Alright, but if you haven't yet, do me one quick favor, hit that like button. If you're new here, click that subscribe button, come and kick it with us more often. Always doing NECA hunts, Funko Pop hunts, unboxings. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.